Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. Just a couple of quick bits today. Somebody asked, is my Cymbidium spike okay and is it growing? Well, yes it is. Looks like it's going to be quite a good spike actually. There's a good number of buds on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's about a dozen blooms to come on that. So that would be good, quite nice. I'm making sure this stays upright with a stake, even though I'm not too keen on staked spikes. But if I allow this one to arch over, it will take up too much space. Whereas if it's staked upright, I can put it on one of the higher shelves once the bloom's open, and then we can view it okay. I probably won't be able to show it, but I can tell you. My Zygopetalum, the new growths on it are pushing at a reasonable rate now. If you think they were about that big, this was the largest new growth, about that big when we repotted it into the cocoa husk. And just down in there I can see the first new root just poking through. So it's coming into root growth now, but more importantly, it didn't dump its old ones. There's active roots in there with growing tips, I can see them, and a number of them, not like just an odd one. So we managed to maintain the existing root system and should start a new one with 3 new growths soon. This growth is growing very, very slowly, but it is slowly moving. So we've got that. Over here, relatively recent purchase. I lost my rhodostictum, as we saw in the Dendrobium part of the project orchids. That just ceased to be, and I replaced it with this, which is a rhodostictum hybrid. It's effectively crossed with eximium. So I'm going to be very interested to see what these blooms are like, because the rhodostictum itself, the species, is one of my favourites. But what we've got here, I just noticed, is spikes. They sneak up on you, they really do. But that's the one that caught my eye. There. See, now that's a spike coming out of the apex where it's already bloomed before. And some Latourias do that. They can also push a spike out from a bit lower down. So there's one there definitely. There's one here. There's just, the green is just starting to show there. There's another one there. The green is just starting. I'm probably too close and it's all blurred. So there's 2 or 3 spikes coming in various places around the plant. So I'm pleased with that. We will get to see the blooms on here now quite soon. That's good. But what we do have is this, which is Cattleya genmanii. This was a gift. It's growing on okay. The back end of the plant got chopped off because basically it got destroyed by the scale. Some plants react badly to scale in as much as their bites are toxic, and the toxins can have a dramatic effect on some plants, and the pseudobulbs at the back end of this plant started to die quite dramatically with black patches, things like that. So I just took the back of the plant off with the scale, and it hasn't had scale since. So I'm pleased with that. But this is the latest growth, 2 buds. I think we had 2 last time as well. The camera is going to pale that, I can guarantee. That is a lovely pale lilac colour. And the patterning on the inside of that lip is just stunning. It changes colour halfway down the lip. You've got the good bright purple colour on top of purple, with the frilly lip in a paler colour, and then deep inside you've got what they look like red stripes on yellow, but halfway down the lip it changes from purple to yellow. So it's quite dramatic, and it's a tunnel shaped lip, so you have to actually look in to see the patterning. But yeah, these are good sized blooms. They're nice, and it's a nice species, but it's one of those species that it's, in my case it's mounted, but it's unlikely to ever produce more than 1 growth at the front end on the lead, and it doesn't produce huge numbers of blooms. That's just how that species is. So the chances are, once a year, I'll get 2 or 3 blooms, and that's what it'll do. But nonetheless, these are very attractive blooms. colouring on that lip is absolutely gorgeous. So I'll see how close I can get. I'm watching the screen now rather than what I'm doing, but I suspect it'll blur. Let me try capturing it. Whoops, missed. So there is a function to actually force the camera to focus in a certain place, and it'll track. So there we go. That's not bad for handheld. It's not meant to be a close-up lens. That's not bad anyway. Anyway, a quick view of the inside. So that's it for today. The video tomorrow will be the Cattleyas, part of the 2020 Project Orchids. The video is finished. All I've got to do is slot in the current view of the plants, which I haven't actually filmed yet, but that bit doesn't take long. It's just a matter of getting the plants on the table and you know, just sort of filming and chatting them, and then I've just got to slot those clips in. The rest of the video is done and complete, so I should be able to get that posted tomorrow, and then Sunday we'll have our Sunday chat as usual, subject as yet unknown. We had our Zoom meeting last night about Jeff's orchid collection. And the trouble is, I'm a little biased with the awarded national collection of Dendrobiums, because Dendrobiums is sort of my thing. And the idea of keeping that collection in its entirety, perhaps donating it to somewhere, that went straight out the window in amongst the committee members, because Jeff's wishes were that the plants were to be distributed amongst the members of the societies, without saying specifically he wanted that collection kept intact. So I was just thinking of the plants really, rather than the guy's wishes. So basically it's going to be fast and furious. Anybody who's interested in his plants has to send an email. You get 2 free, and you can have as many others as you like. Load your boot up, but you pay for them. Nominal charges, not ridiculous charges, because we've got to get rid of them quickly, and Jeff wanted them to go to the members. So basically members are going to get a slot booked where you have to turn up, because it's a gated community, you've got to be let in, and then you get a period of time, short, to go in and choose your plants and get out, so that the next person can come in one at a time. Yeah? So logistically, it's a bit of a pain in the arse, because it means somebody's got to sort of police it. So one of us has got to be there all the time to let people in, you know, make sure they're a member, let them choose their plants, perhaps give them a hand out to the car and that sort of stuff, but make sure that people move and get out the way, ready for the next one to come in. So it, like I say, fast and furious. I've got my name in, I shall be in there, and there will be a portion of the national collection that will be in here in the not too distant future. I don't know how many, but there are plants in there. I would gladly pick on some of my plants in here and throw them in the garden to make room for some of Jeff's plants. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, not all Dendrobiums are giants. Just bear that in mind. Some are quite small and tidy. So I can get a lot more small and tidy in here. A lot. I mean, it's just simply like lack of use. There's a wire up there with nothing on it. It's just got a couple of air plants on it. You know, think how many mounts could actually sit up there. And when it gets sort of really bright in the summertime, they can face here. During the winter, they can face that way to get good light. Yeah, so there's room for plants up there. More wires. More wires. Yeah, wires. There's loads of places up in the roof to hang stuff. And plenty of room to add more. My only problem is, I'm a short A. I can't reach it. I mean, I have to stand on tiptoe to get those. Anyway, enough frivolity. I have got some stuff to do today. Anyway, I really wanted to show you that while it's fresh. I've got a feeling the colour on this fades. And bearing in mind it's a very pale, delicate colour in the first place, you know, if I waited a couple of days, we might not see the true colour there. It's very delicate markings on the petals as well, but they are very subtle. So, and a second one to come shortly. So, and like a lot of species Cattleyas, I don't think they're long-lived. I think we'll probably get about 3 weeks, maybe 4, and then they'll be gone. But I have got other Cattleya buds coming on behind. So, it's not really my Cattleya season at the moment. That tends to be the other end of winter rather than this starting end. Anyway, a little update on things, and so there will be some new plants, but because I can go and choose them and collect them, the weather is irrelevant. I'd rather not do it if it's sort of -5 or something stupid like that, but you know, it would just be a matter of they would not be in the cold for any length of time at all. It would just be the length of time between the greenhouse and the car, you know, and then the car and here. So I'd be quite happy to do that even if the weather's bad. I prefer not to do it if it's chucking it down with rain, but it's a needs must. If I'm going to get given a slot, and that's the slot, I either get there and use it or I lose my chance. So it will be done. So we'll have some new plants to come, and I will probably just stick to the Dendrobiums. We'll see how many of Jeff's collection we can get in without being silly, obviously. But they need that greenhouse emptied. So I just hope the members appreciate the work that's gone in and the effort that's gone in to getting it to this stage where people can go and get some plants, you know. So I just hope people get off their backsides and actually, you know, deal with it. So anyway, see you next time. Bye for now.